right here, this exercise is really good to get a feel for what it's like to just get some kind of, load into not only just the trail side leg if you're a right-hander, but also into that post leg after you've shifted your weight through and we're holding a follow through. And so, and in general, a great athletic move in terms of just loading, whatever sport it could be. It could be for basketball, it could be for, football. It's kind of that key first move that we typically do in order to load the hips and use the hips properly. Come down into what we call triple flexion, which we're already basically there in a golf swing as we hinge over just like this. So a lot of different ways to do it. I think the best way to start is to have a stance. It's just a little bit more, I would say, definitely no wider than the shoulders, but I would say shoulder width apart or a little more narrow. Mine's going to be a little more narrow here. You'll be able to see me face on just like so. And then you're going to get a little bit of a knee bend here. Probably about the same as what you'd have in your golf swing. So if this is, whatever that is, just kind of mimic that. We'll try and translate as many factors as we can from the golf swing to this in terms of your posture. Not a major deal, but something that I would say is, much better to do. Get a little bit of that knee bend, and then all we're doing is we're just sitting we're going to get this rotation here, and then we're just kind of sitting right in there, and you'll feel that glute activate. You can feel that hip capsule. Should feel tight like a stretch. If you're wearing a pair of jeans, it should feel like the bottom part of the pocket. That's where you're feeling the majority of that contraction. And so should be a nice strong contraction. We come back here, it's just like we're sitting on a stool. If there was a stool right here behind us, we're just kind of sitting down onto that stool. And then here we just kind of drop back into it. And then we just hold it. Should feel it driving through the heel. We can get a little more rotation here on the upper body. The key here too, when we come to the upper body, that's all lower body. The upper body is, we want to keep this tummy tucked. Ribs, ribs down as well, tucked as well. We definitely don't want any of this where we're getting lumbar extension. So we really need to make sure as we come back that we can maintain a good posterior pelvic tilt and that we can maintain a nice stacked trunk right here. And so then we just kind of drop back in and then we rotate as far back as we can there while maintaining and holding it. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I would cycle about 4 or 5 breaths and just kind of work your way back into that and then come back out of that. And I do the same on this side. Stagger the feet right here. Get a little bit of that knee bend. And then just sit back. And I guarantee you, as you start into this exercise and you start to feel it right there in the glute and that hammy, kind of right in that area right there, you'll notice with your upper body, you have to consciously kind of put the upper body where it needs to be. You're going to naturally kind of want to come into extension because as we hit this end range in the glute, it's going to naturally want to kick that low back into what we call an extended position. So you've got to just kind of fight that, tuck the tummy in, keep those ribs tucked. And then really the icing on the cake there is to really make sure that you have a nice and controlled breathing. If you can't breathe in that position, then you can't assume that position, and that just shows that there's probably a lot more you need to work on. But that's just kind of a good working back into that. Just a great primer. Primer before doing any exercises in the gym with Tommy. Anytime just before a round on the range. And then also too, post round to do just, some shorter reps to reinforce, a good pattern even when you're a little bit tired. And so, these exercises are just designed to be real simple, kind of starters, things that you would do to just get things going, moving, and feeling, to get the body working into those patterns. So give it a try.